Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat, and to translate that, good afternoon to all of you. Welcome to the National Capital Region or NCR. My name is Rex, and these are my co-tour guides, Rona, Chini, and Aimee. And we will be your tour guide for this afternoon. The National Capital Region or NCR is composed of 16 cities. The city of Manila, Quezon City, Caloocan, Las Piñas, Makati, Malabon, Mandaluyong, Marikina, Muntinlupa, Navotas, Parañaque, Pasay, Pasig, San Juan, Taguig, and Valenzuela, as well as the municipality of Pateros. The region is the center of culture, economy, education, and government of the Philippines. Designated as a global power city, the region exerts a significant impact on commerce, finance, media, art, fashion, research, technology, education, and entertainment, both locally and internationally. It is the home to all consulates and embassies in the Philippines, thereby making it an important center of the international diplomacy in the country. In my watch, it's already 1:20 p.m. So please set your time at 1:20 in the afternoon to avoid conflict of our schedule and to ensure that no one will left behind. But before we start our adventure, we would like to give you some reminders. First, if you cannot hear us or cannot understand what we're saying, please raise your hand and do not hesitate to ask me or some of my co-tour guides.
Second, please always stay in your group.
Third, littering is prohibited at the destination that we are going to. So, let us preserve our environment.
Fourth, secure your belongings, and lastly, enjoy.
So, a background of our itinerary, we will start from the 3rd district of NCR down to the 4th district and head back to the airport. For now, get your camera ready and let us go explore NCR. And we are here now at the first city of the 3rd district of NCR, Caloocan City. Caloocan City is one of those cities in the Philippines which are filled with hustle and fast-paced lifestyle. With huge historical museums to ancient churches, this city reflects its rich heritage and culture through its centuries-old monuments and exquisite architecture. One of those historic monuments, as you can see, is the Bonifacio Monument. This monument is built for the bravery and nationalism of Andres Bonifacio, the founder of the Katipunan. This is one of the time he fought for independence against the Spanish colonial. Next, the Horace Higgins Hall. It is used to be a two-story storage building of the Manila Railroad Company, MRR, now known as the Philippine National Railways or PNR. It was named after Horace Longwood Higgins, the first general manager of MRR. It was built in 1929 for the records of the Manila Railroad Company on the first floor and the stores department and printing office on the second floor. Exhibits such Dobbs number 17 Ordineta and presidential car ABB-1 were formerly on display beside the Higgins Hall during the early 80s. ABB-1 was transferred to Tutuban Terminal after being given marker for its historical significance. Ordineta was also transferred there until it was brought back beside the Higgins Hall for the centennial anniversary of the Philippine National Railways in 1992. Next is the Thai Taoist Temple in Pagoda. This is an old Taoist temple and was built by the Chinese community. It was 100-year-old temple. Next, we are heading to the next city, the city of Malabon. Did you know that the city of Malabon is known for the famous ancestral homes that could be compared to the old Spanish colonial mansions in Vigan? The city of Malabon is one of those cities that make up the metropolitan Manila. Here we are, the Acelo de Huertanos. This is where the La Independencia, the organ of the Katipunan, was printed. This place also served as an orphanage to those who were affected by the plague of 1882. Next is the Acelo de Huertanos de Tambobong. The walls of this place are made up of adobe, and it is the only historical site that was left after the fire that burned its second floor during the war between the Filipinos and the Americans. Okay, let's go to the next city, Navotas City. Navotas City has been known as the fishing capital of the Philippines, with its population deriving their livelihood directly and indirectly from fishing and its related industry, like fish trading, fish net vending, and processed fish. It is also famous for fish sauce and shrimp paste. That is why they have their own festival called Pangisdaan Festival. This celebration featuring a float and street dancing competition focusing on the fishing industry of the city. Float design and street dancers' costume and props are made from any indigenous materials used for fishing like lambat, baklad, kawayan, etc. This held every January 11 to 16. They also have their oldest church in the city, as you can see, San Jose de Navotas Parish Church. This is the oldest parish church in Navotas. It was built in 1838 to 1862. It was canonically erected on July 1, 1859. It was in 1860 under the helm of Reverend Father Mateas Naboa that the main altar was completed, the cemetery was inaugurated, and the belfry mean was erected. Right from the start, the parish boasted of the spacious churchyard. Next is Navotas Centennial Park. It is a water park that opened on January 16, 2006 during the celebration of the 100th anniversary of Navotas City. This is where the annual Pangisdaan Festival is held. Heading to the last city of the 3rd district, it is Valenzuela City. The city of Valenzuela is known as the northern gateway to metropolitan Manila due to the major highways traversing it, the MacArthur Highway and the North Luzon Expressway. Its proximity to the city of Manila, Quezon, and Caloocan was transformed this once idyllic town in bustling, highly urbanized city. Valenzuela was named after Pio Valenzuela, a physician and a member of the Katipunan, a secret society founded against the colonial government of Spain. The city as a town was originally called as Polo, initially formed in 1621 after separation from Maykawayan, Bulacan. As you can see, this is the residence of Dr. Pio Valenzuela. This is the home of Pio Valenzuela, a member of triumvirate of the Katipuneros and also its revolutionary leader. He formed a secret chamber in the place called Camara Reina, together with Andres Bonifacio and Emilio Jacinto. Next is the bell tower of San Diego de Alcala Church. This church is more than 100 years old. It was built during the time when Spain occupied the Philippines. The bell tower is the only remaining structure of the original church because the main building was destroyed during the Japanese occupation. Next, Museo de Valenzuela. This is a house with a wide range of artifacts and memorabilia that shows the rich history and progress of the city. The museum has an impressive architecture with the Spanish aesthetic. It also showcases the history of Valenzuela, its culture and artistic events.
We are just in the middle of the trip. Just sit back and relax because now we are heading to the 4th district of NCR. First, City of Las Piñas is known nationwide for its bamboo organ, salt beets, and jeepney factories. Las Piñas is distinguished as one of the Metro Manila fastest growing communities. Although it became a city only 1997, and Las Piñas was one of the first settlements on the outskirts of Manila. As you can see, Bamboo Organ Museum. This museum can be found at St. Joseph Parish Church. It houses a 19th century organ with unique pipes, and most of it are made entirely with bamboo and was completed in 1824. The organ was declared as a National Cultural Treasure of the Philippines in 2003. Next is the Buti Bridge. This is the site where the Battle of the Buti River, also known as the Battle of the Buti Bridge, happened on June 13, 1899. It was between 3,000 American and 5,000 Filipinos, and it was the second largest battle of the Philippine-American War. Next is the Rao Jeepney Factory. This is a jeepney factory that made Las Piñas the jeep producing center of Metro Manila. This produced almost all the jeepney in the city.
One of the most urban cities in the Philippines is Makati. Located in Manila, it is famous for skyscrapers, upscale shopping mall, restaurant, and entertainment hubs. Makati is known as a business district, but thanks to its community of diverse culture, nationality, and socioeconomic backgrounds. As you can see, this is Ayala Museum. This museum features exhibits of the Filipino culture, art, and history. It has 60 dioramas explaining the history of the Carajus nation and collection of pre-Hispanic gold jewelry. This is Greenbelt Truffle. It is a truffle that is found at the center of colored ground within Greenbelt malls. It holds mass thrice a day. The truffle intended for medication and prayer within the city. It is surrounded by beautiful trees. And this is Ayala Triangle. It is an urban park in Makati City that has over 100 of trees, such as rain trees, golden palms, pear trees, camuning, and pudo carpus. Every Christmas, there is a light show in the area, which is visited by many.
Muntinlupa. Officially, the city of Muntinlupa is a first-class, highly urbanized city in the National Capital Region of the Philippines. According to the 2015 census, is a population of 504,509 people. As you can see, this is the Japanese Garden Cemetery. This cemetery is located inside the Bilibid Prison, reservation compound dedicated to imprisoned Japanese soldiers who died during the war. Legend has it the General Tomoyoki Yamashita, the Japanese general who became famous during the Japanese occupation in the country, tagged as the Tiger of Malaya, was buried in the same place. Japanese tourists dropped by cemetery to pay respect to the ancestors. A Filipino-Japanese peace monument is also located in the area. Next, Memorial Hill. This is a small hill that cradles a World War II vintage cannon. This is also the burial place of Ervito Misa, a prison director from 1937 to 1949.
Paranaque is known for its dry and wet goods. They have dry goods market all over the northern part of the city. The fishing industry continues in the city and is stationed at Barangay La Huerta. Their marine products from all the country are being shipped and can be purchased straight from the booths. As you can see, Tambo Mangroves Avian Reserve. This mangrove is visited by hundreds of bird species from all over the Asia-Pacific region. This serves as the sanctuary of immigrants' births. And the next, Redemptorist Church. This is the visited church in Asia. It can hold up to 3,000 seats and another 9,000 for standing devotees.
Lastly is the municipality of Pateros. This municipality is famous for its duck raising industry and especially for the producing balut, a Filipino delicacy which is a boiled, fertilized duck egg. Pateros is also known to produce red salty eggs and inutak, a local rice cake. That's why we have their festival named Balot sa Puti Festival. It is a food festival featuring a cooking competition of the famous Philippines delicacy known as balut. A developing duck embryo that is boiled and eaten from the shell. It is also held to promote the image of Pateros as the producer of the best quality balut in the world. This is held every January 31. As you can see, this is the San Roque Church. This church was built in the year of 1815. It is the high tower of the right side where the church bell is placed. The interior of the church is well furnished.